Before we switched to ImmyBot, we were doing WDS largely, right? We were using Windows deployment service. It worked, it could deploy, right? However, it took a long time and a lot of care and feeding to make that a tenable solution. My name is Jason Slagle. I am president of CNWR Inc., an MSP out of the Toledo, Ohio area. Yeah, I came across ImmyBot on MSP Geek. Everyone was kind of ranting and raving about this cool new tool that everyone was using to do workstation deployments. I actually resisted it for a long time, going, oh, it can't be that much time savings. Then at some point or another, we tried it and we never really went back. Like it made so much sense to do it, and the ROI was so immediate that we immediately signed. I think the go-to moment, right? We used Immy for a while and we were just doing like the basic use case, the workstation deployment. And then we saw a pre-day at the first time MSP Con where people went through some of the more advanced use cases they were doing with it. And it really kind of clicked with us that like, oh man, we're not doing nearly as much with this as we could be. And it really kind of ramped up the usage of it. I mean, the big one, the migrations, right? The on-prem to Azure AD migrations isn't a thing we'd considered, but even settings, right? Like one of the big advantages that Immy has is the fact that it's desired state config, right? So I model the way I want the system to be and it gets it there, right? So you can do so much more than just deploy software with that. You can do policy control, right? You can make sure that, because if it drifts, it's gonna pull it back in. So, we're starting to use some of those use cases too. It's a mindset shift, right? More than anything, to go to an automation first approach to problems, right? I think that is the ramp up period, is that, something has to flip in your head where you go, instead of logging into that system to manually do it, I'm going to try to automate it. We're really pushing the techs to do that increasingly.
So we use it a lot for onboarding, but we also use it for a lot of maintenance to make sure that software is updated, to install new software that maybe a company starts using, or update printers. I mean, we use it for so many different things. My name is Courtney Kowalik. I work at CNWR and I'm a senior technician. Whenever you set up a provisioning package, you plug it in out of the box and it just takes off. That's fantastic. You don't have to go through the process of trying to set up something offline out of the box, or worry about domain joining it, or setting up like a network printer at a company with 100 people. You don't have to worry about going to each machine and setting up a printer or using a print server. You can just deploy it on all the machines.
There is a use case in almost any MSP to use ImmyBot, especially, if you're doing workstation deployments at all, it's generally a no-brainer. There was a time about 3 weeks ago when I walked into our lab area where we build, and one of the techs, he had 15 laptops all out sitting on a bench, all running Immy deployments all at once, right? And so we were able to simultaneously deploy those workstations in well less than an hour each. Whereas before, they might have spent, even with WDS, they were spending two plus hours on them, right? So it really made something like that possible. And I'd like to believe that even the smallest MSPs have that, right? They have their situations where they're gonna roll off and have to do a bunch of workstations at once, and you need some sort of automation tool to make that tenable. I mean, it does what it says on the tin.